Recording. Hi, everyone. That sounded cheesy. That's going to get worse. This is Thomas from the Booze and BJJ podcast, and we have a lot to talk about. Ain't that right, Frankie?
Oh, yes, sir.
So today, I'm continuing to drink this 6-pack of cranberry cider that I got. I think I told some people it was raspberry cider. I was wrong. It's cranberry. And before I get into my week, Frankie, how was your week of training?
Okay, so first of all, I'm drinking some wine, some Moscato, some boogies. I don't know. Anyways, training was good. Went down into Tuesday night. It got pretty hectic with one of those fake me out white belts. Come to find out, he was like a high level judo sambo kind of guy, and he basically put a whooping on me. And then I was like, okay, gotta go crazy mode, which I don't like to do, but I kind of felt like I had to show a little bit of dominance at that point. So he got exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
I kept coming and coming and coming, and the first word that you hear out of him is like, "You crazy, man." At that moment, I was like, okay, I got his attention. So at the end of the night, we showed respect, and we were all lovey-dovey, like we should be, you know.
Yeah, was this the the jacked one with the black gi?
Yeah, he has a white gi. No, he's
Or is it the tall, lanky guy?
No, he's like this like Jack dude, but he went with Jordan and I juded him.
I think we might be talking about the same guy. Like he speaks like very little English.
He speaks no English.
Okay, and then it is the same guy.
Yeah. But I had a muscle and keep coming. I mean, he got me with a couple arm bars with a chokehold, but I kept like, all right, you got me. Boom, I'm coming after you. I'm still coming. It's like, and then he goes, okay, you're a little crazy on me. I'm like, yep, this is what you get.
Yeah. So for me, I actually didn't train. I haven't trained since last Friday because this time of year I usually get like a lung infection, and I had a mild one, but I was worried it might have been something more. So I didn't feel well enough. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
So I didn't feel well enough to train until today, and get on the mat. I'm feeling good, a little bit worried, looking around, and I see. I don't even know what his name is. I'm going to call him Black Gee. So I see Black Gee, and he's always excited to see me. I'm like, hey. He's like, hey, and we start rolling. And after about 3 days, I can feel that I haven't trained. And it's kind of like I have to break off the rust and my lungs are crap. Dude, long story short, poured on his speed. Like he kept pouring on his speed and he's way stronger than me. Kept using his strength advantage. And this is the only time that he's ever caught me like 4 times. 3 of those times I tapped because I thought that he was going to hurt me because he didn't get a clean submission. It was like these awkward positions where he was just like pulling. And, you know, it's one thing to execute a submission where you have it very controlled, but it's another thing, in my opinion, to execute a submission where you don't really know what you're doing, but you're going to try it at a higher intensity that you should be in the first place. And there was a lot of that today. Like I was at one point, I was actually extremely worried that I might come away with like a injury that might, put me out for a while, but I made sure to set boundaries like, hey, don't do that,
And this was open mat today, right?
Yeah. It wasn't even a full class.
Yeah, I had to work sadly.
It's fine.
Did you go to that belt promotion last week?
No. I ended up not going, even though I talked it up that previous recording we did, but that next morning I couldn't breathe. So I was worried I had COVID. So I stayed away.
Okay. Yeah. You gotta play it safe when it comes to that, especially like nowadays.
Yeah, I was like 80% sure it was just a lung infection. Like literally, I went
Yeah,
through my Facebook history, and year after year after year, lung infection, lung infection, lung infection. It around the same time. It's always around Thanksgiving. But this time around, I didn't want to mess with it. I was
yeah,
like, on the slightest chance it could be COVID, I don't want to spread it to everybody.
yeah.
But yeah,
So
so
yeah, yeah. So like, with today's topic, I think like with Tuesday night, I think I had that moment of I'm being bullheaded, and when I should call it quits, I should call it quits. But
mhm.
I guess I had to prove a point, and I think that was dumb with me. I think that was like the white belt in me coming out and just saying, "Hey, listen, I kind of want to show my strength and my power, which I shouldn't have done that."
Yeah, I think there's a fine line,
Yeah,
because there's some guys who will be extremely snappy and extremely rough until somebody
mm,
proves them the point. Hey, calm down.
yeah,
But there's always in the last 5 years, I've encountered like one or two guys that no matter how you approach it, they don't get it.
yeah,
Now, luckily, through a translator and conversation, this guy that we're talking about and another guy understand that they're doing something incorrectly, or at
yeah,
least going too rough. So they're trying to fix that. So
yeah,
I give them credit there. But
yeah.
like another thing that happened today was the taller, lankier guy tried to do a straight ankle lock on me.
That's his thing. That's his
Yeah.
thing.
I kicked through it so that he no longer had control of my ankle, but he had my shin. And he like
Yeah,
lurched back real quick to try to finish it anyways. I felt my shin go like this.
yeah,
Like I felt my shin warp. So
yeah,
I tapped and I was like, hey, you did that right. But if somebody kicks through, and I showed him what to do, I showed him how to readjust so he gets back on the ankle.
yeah,
So he was really apologetic, and I'm still walking, but
yeah, yeah,
my
yeah.
work,
I think, yeah,
my concern is that somebody else might not tap and might fight through it and then have a broken shin.
it's this guy. I didn't tap, and he was cranking, and I'm like, and to me, it's like it was to the point where he got it, he had it deep enough, but it was to the point where I kind of been in that pressure before,
Mhm.
so I'm like, I'm still kind of safe, but then Master is like, just tap, 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 like, and he goes, look, don't be dumb, coming, you know, tap, tap, but this is where we mess up. you
Mhm.
know this is where we try our things, and I guess where we become bullheaded, and we
Yeah.
have to fix that.
Yeah. That's something that I think all guys have. You just gotta work out of it.
Yeah,
I had that moment. I can't remember when it was. It was a specific young man who is now a blue belt who just kept trying these very rough techniques and trying stuff that just really wasn't a thing. But the final straw after I tried to talk to him multiple times was he tried to do what he called a sweep from bottom side control, which ended up with my arm straight and his full body weight coming down to my elbow.
yeah,
I stopped him. I verbally stopped him because had he had kept going, he probably would have broken my arm.
yeah,
And then yeah, we kind of got heated and started yelling at each other in the middle of class.
yeah. That tends to happen in training sometimes. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
That tends to happen in training sometimes, where I don't know what it is. It's just you just trying to prove a point. I don't know if it's that macho ness or what, but it always happens. It's
Mhm.
like it's like how can we tell people, hey, leave that at the door, but they don't leave it at the door. It's like what can we do?
I think it's kind of like it's one of those things that you have to cater to on an individual basis because some people will take that advice immediately Other people, it takes a little while longer, and then you have that rare few that just don't understand until.
Yeah, and those rare fews, it's like those are the like okay, so like in the Muay Thai world, some guys like okay, they'll put a hurt on people and say, hey man, he's putting a hurt on people, and so you tell the bigger guy or the guy that's like that's very well controlled and very good technique that hey, go put a hurt on that guy that's putting a hurt on guy on everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
So and then that's when things start happening and yeah.
So I had a little chat with the two guys that we're talking about, not the one that I started getting into a heated yelling match with, but apparently what they used to do when they were younger was wrestle horses. They used to wrestle horses, so that's why they're so strong.
Sorry, no, I heard you. Yeah, that's what they were saying too. And because one of the guys, he was like, "Oh, I'm from like the country, and you know, I used to wrestle." There was a video. I think I think this was off like on YouTube. Some of those people be wrestling horses and bears. Like
Stop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like he wrestled bears and stuff like that. Like who does that?
Yeah. But it explains why these guys are like just physically so strong.
Rowan.
Yeah.
So
well, the guy that I think we're talking about, I think Mikey, he was in translation and a little bit of talking. He said that he didn't have that much back home. You know, he didn't have proper training, so all he did was almost become like a street fighter, you know, and do judo and sambo and whatnot. So
yeah, well, that's one tough SOB.
That's a tough son of a gun, man.
Yeah. So, and the tall, lanky dude, like he's deceptively tough.
Yeah.
Do you think he's just some tall, lanky, no?
Oh, he's solid. He's solid.
Solid. Yeah.
Yes.
So the one other submission they caught me with today that hurt, surprisingly hurt, but kind of confused and impressed me at the same time is Black Key. I was trying to go deep half on him, and he jammed it, and then basically just proceeded to flatten me out like he was put me in a half guard smash, I guess. And then he couldn't get my arms above my head, so then he just like hugged my head and just squeezed, and I felt my skull, I shit you not, like just kind of compress. I was like, nope, I'm not fighting this. I tapped and he was like, is that allowable? I'm like, I don't know, but I don't want to experience that again.
I like doing the whole head skull crushing thing because it feels good.
My head was on his chest and he like cuffed it and just squeezed my head like a grape.
So I kind of do that too to a certain extent, but to not for a submission, but more of like making you panic and make you not breathe. What I'm looking for is a Kimura.
Right.
So I want them to like try to move me or something like that, where they expose the arm and I can try to go for a Kimura, but I haven't mastered it yet. I'm still working on it to see how I can. But that's my go-to move when I'm on top is the full mount and just put pressure to the point where they try to move me and I can grab a Kimura or something like that.
Well, the crazy thing is I think he was doing that as a submission, but the amount of just force that he applied to squeezing my head, I was impressed.
Yeah.
I got a big head and a thick skull. I did not think anybody could do that to it.
Yeah. So I try to do the gator grip, but not to the extent where I'm gonna blow your crush your skull, and it's like, no, I'm just gonna keep you there until you like can't breathe anymore. I'm a big dude.
It's like the back left of my skull was on the mat, and the top left of my head was in his chest. And he like got a full hug on it after a while and just squeezed. So the back of my head was actually underneath his arms, and it was impressive and scary at the same time. I'm like, geez, he could literally crush someone's skull with that amount of force.
Yeah.
and he was being nice about it, which was also impressive and scary. So you had a video. You want
Yes.
to review the video?
Yeah.
Can you send me the link?
I would have to get off this chat here. I'm on my phone. I think can you look it through our old chat?
Yeah, hold on a second.
Are you, but off topic, are you going to December 4th or no?
Oh, in Baltimore?
Hey, Rowan.
I might go to help coach, but
That would be, that's what I was gonna say. If you're not gonna be rolling around, I might be throwing down.
yeah, when is December 4th?
It is a Saturday.
I have to see. Because I have a feeling I'm supposed to work or something that day.
I just need someone. I just need someone loud because it's so hard for me. Even in training, I'll hear Sugi. I'll try to hear him, but it's so hard to hear. I guess I need someone like loud, really loud.
Yeah, I have to see if I have to see. It's an iffy mix right now. If there's some guys from Pentagon going as well, then I'll definitely go and coach at least.
Yeah.
So being in Baltimore makes it a little bit hard for me.
Yeah, well, Baltimore's a little for me too.
Yeah. I'm just kind of like, am I gonna get stabbed going up there? But
some history out in Baltimore,
dude.
Yeah.
We're on the same wavelength there. All right, let's watch this video. No, I got it. I can share it.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah. Hold on one second. Share screen. You see it?
Yeah, I see it.
All right.
Just heads up. Shout out to the creator of this video, but it caught my attention, and I related it to Thomas, just for learning purposes. But shout out to the guy, the creator on TikTok. I follow him. Some of his stuff is really good, but just out there, just in case he sees this.
Yeah. What's this guy's name?
I don't remember.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Yeah, to the creator of this video, we are not critiquing this video in any kind of negative context. We're just doing it for like a learning example, like some learning purpose. Yeah. So much respect to you, no disrespect intended. So let's begin. Here's some audio.
Okay, pause for a second. So the guy in the blue, he's a blue belt, and the guy on the bottom, he's a brown belt. In this video, there's a lot going on, and that really caught my attention. I was like, not to the fact that the blue belt was outpowering a brown belt, but you'll see why. Go ahead, Tom.
Here's another question. What do you think the age difference is between these two guys?
A lot. I know that blue belt is a whole lot younger than that brown belt, and it should be. I mean, I'm pretty sure that brown belt has been doing it for over 8 years easily, and I think this guy was doing it at least for 4 or 5 or something. So
I just noticed something on his right hand. Do you think his right arm is injured already?
This is why I sent you the video, because there's so many things that I saw wrong and where he should have stopped and he should have been like, look. But I mean, like a true martial artist, you kind of fight through those things. Like I've had injuries, and you kind of tend to fight those things through, you know.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I'm pausing it.
All right. I like how he's keeping the pressure in too.
Right. That's
the blue belt.
Right.
Yeah. So at this point, I would have
No, keep it.
kind of, I know. So at this point, I kind of would have let go because I'm already seeing that. Okay, I'm gonna get an armbar, but him as a brown belt, I think I don't know. To me, I don't know. What would you do in this situation, Tommy?
If I were the blue belt,
If you were the brown belt and
I
you're
would
about to get armbar by a blue belt?
I would try to escape. And as soon as he broke my grip, I would tap.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm 41. This guy's probably half my age. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna risk him breaking my arm or like injuring my arm. I need to work,
Exactly.
All right, let's continue.
Yes. So right there, he just fully extended it, and like just that's a full extend and with speed too, bro. It's like that's nothing to laugh about.
Yeah, that part I would. If I were the blue belt, I wouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
He should have been, in my opinion, he should have just done this in a more controlled manner.
Yeah.
All right, let's go back. Let's watch that again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when he extended, right, he used the entirety of his back muscles, like immediately.
Mm-hmm.
That versus someone's bicep, especially an older guy, that could be disastrous.
Yeah. I see it, and seeing to me as a teammate, I couldn't do that to him. Like, okay, boom, I got you. Okay, let's keep going. And I'm not gonna go 100% like that. Like to me, to me, it felt like it was 100%.
Right.
Now I'm not as well experienced in jiu-jitsu like that, but this is why I sent you the link to see, hey, was this like full on 100%? Because
to me, that would be kind of like competition speed.
Yeah.
Like you're at a competition, it's coming down the wire. You got the arm and you need to finish it. But even then, like there's a risk. Do you want to hurt your opponent?
Right.
And if it's a teammate, do you want to risk hurting your teammate?
Yeah. And I get he's a brown, but like you're a blue belt and you're like, oh, I'm machoing up a brown belt. But at that point, even the brown belt should have known, like, hey man, like, hey, tap, let's reset. You got me on that one.
Right. And the key thing is to understand, at least in my opinion, is this is practice.
Yeah.
Well, what accolade or kind of what do you get from essentially submitting a guy that's probably close to being your father's age?
Yeah, a little bit of pride. Yeah, a little bit of pride, but what's that? Yeah.
The cost and risk, in my opinion, is not worth it.
Yeah.
Again,
I think in a gym aspect, like when you're at a training facility and whatnot, there's times where you need to be off. Okay, like when I go into jiu-jitsu, I'm off, and I'm just practicing, going, protecting, like thinking things. But when I'm in competition, that's when you turn into like a bad mofo,
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I mean, just like we said, like we discussed earlier, like today was my first training back in how many days?
Yeah.
And I was off. I know I was off. And the guys that usually don't catch me caught me multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, let's continue.
Okay.
Did he say that his arm? Sorry, did he say that his arm broke?
I think so. And in the video, I think he even said this guy was like still like the brown belt was still adamant. And this is where the brown belt need to be more responsible, I believe, and saying, hey, look, my arm is injured. I'm kind of done. But yet, I guess the pride in some of that kind of stuff,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's see what happens.
Okay. So you see his arm is not fully, and he's holding it like. Okay, let's go again.
All right. If I were the blue belt, after seeing how that guy was carrying his arm, that would have been it. I would have tried to take this guy to go get like checked out somewhere. Like the way that he's holding his arm, something is very, very wrong.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm holding my arm like that after somebody ripped an arm bar on me, take me to the hospital. Like that's not even a question.
So he made him pass out at that point. See, and this, and pausing real quick, it's just so.
All right,
So
no.
to me, that was a little bit ignorant to watch. It's like, come on, man, like you're a brown belt, man. Why are you gonna keep going? This is where gym safety comes in, man. Like really, because I've heard so many horror stories on how gym, oh, I got hurt here, or I got hurt here, and even in CrossFit gyms, like I got hurt, and nobody really cares after they're hurt.
Yeah.
And like this is where gym safety comes in. Like, yo, I want to see you next week. I want to see you the next 5 years still training with me, not all banged up and beat up.
Right. I think the way he was caught in that Darce, I don't think he could tap. It looked like he was on his good arm.
Yeah.
Or both of his arms. He has got one injured arm. The other one looked like he was pinned. Like, yeah, this is a safety issue for me.
Yeah.
Blue belt. If you see this for some reason, more respect to you. Keep going. Love what you're doing. Watch out for your training partners a little more though. Like I wouldn't have rolled with this guy again. I would have taken him to the hospital or something.
Yeah, I would have stopped right at the arm bar, and even if I did get to that level, maybe he was training for competition, man. I mean, good for them, but man, there should be at least 80%, not 100%.
Right. Yeah, let's finish this video off. See what happens.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they keep going again. Yeah. So you've gotten armboard, you got choked out, and you go for more. Okay, yes, you have heart. We see that.
Right.
But how long are you going to be out for now? Now that you got your whole arm destroyed.
Right. I do give the blue belt credit though. At the end, he was like,
I do, no doubt. No doubt.
Well,
he trains hard. Yeah. He trains hard, and no disrespect to the brown belt either, but as a higher belt, you need to show the guys under you.
The brown belt should have, in my opinion, he should have called it.
Yeah.
Because as after he injured his arm, he got caught in a Darce, which caused him to go unconscious. And then let's say the blue belt wasn't a considerate training partner. Like, who knows what could have happened to him next?
No.
But that's what I do. If I know someone's rough and I have a good round with them, and I can start feeling tired or feeling like it's getting a little bit too escalated, I'm like, I'm good. I'm gonna go sit down. See you later. Yeah. And that's what happened today. Black Key came over. We had a good round. He caught me a couple times. Went off and rested. He came back asking to roll again. Gave him another 5-10 minutes, and then that was it, because he was starting to do more fancy stuff. And I was like,
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, I'm not to the level yet. I just, this is my second week coming back to train seriously, and I kind of don't want to. I'm beat up, I'm injured a little bit, but not to the point where I'm like, okay, I gotta take a whole week off or 2 weeks off again.
Right. Yeah, but there's consequences of being too rough, right? If you're the rough guy, at minimum, potential training partners will avoid you. If you're at a gym where there's enough people and you have a choice between the rough guy who perhaps lacks a little technique and or sloppy technique, or it's just way too snappy. And like 8 other people who are a little bit calmer, like who are you logically gonna pick? You're gonna pick one of the 8 other people, you know?
Yeah.
And then like in this case, the brown belt got hurt. You know, how long is he going to be out because of his arm injury?
Right.
You know, that takes an experienced grappler off the mat for who knows how long.
Yeah. And a lot of people suffer because of that, because you like in the last podcast we had, that we want to go against the blue belts, we want to go against the brown belts, like the lower belts should be going against these higher belts to get experience.
Right.
But if Jordan's out, you know, who am I left with? You know, I mean, yeah, I got you, but that's a different style. I want different styles. I want all my people to still be there. I don't want them to be injured.
Yeah, right. Yeah. You know, and it's one of those things where there's also another potential risk, in my opinion, like somebody who's too rough, and then a new crop of beginners come in. If they're one of their first experiences is the rough guy, they will think that that's normal, and then they might pick that up. But at the same time, there's others in that crop who might think that that roughness is normal, and then quit because they don't know anything else. So there's like a double risk there, you know.
Yeah.
And that can start off people on a bad foot.
Yeah.
So unlearning bad habits like that, once you like absorb that as a potential normalcy, can be very rough. So what I wanted to do is to review a video. It's a compilation of how to get DQ'd in BJJ competitions, and I figured it'll be along the same vein of what we're discussing, but I think it'll also be kind of fun to watch.
Let me ask you this question before we start the lead. Have you ever been DQ'd?
In jiu-jitsu?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
I've been disqualified in judo though.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know your judo background like that. Like, I haven't seen you. Yeah.
I'll tell you about it. It was a judo competition in Maryland, and I think I was 13. I was 13. Yeah, I was 13. And my first match was with a guy. He was also 13 as well, but he came out with his face painted up like he was the damn Ultimate Warrior.
Oh God.
I'm looking around like, are they actually going to let him do this? Because like it was mind boggling to me. He's kind of being a bit of a spaz.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I'm sitting there. I'm like, all right, is the ref going to allow this? The ref allowed it. And when our match started, he went for like a collar grab, like a collar grip, but he accidentally punched me in the mouth.
Oh.
So his grip shot out. And you know, when you grip a lapel, for example, you kind of make a fist at the tail end of it, right?
Yeah.
Except he gripped, quote unquote, and his fist hit me in the mouth. That kind of pissed me off. So they split us up. They gave him a warning, and what I did was I just like palmed his face and messed up his makeup. And he got it in his eyes, and he started like freaking out. So they disqualified me.
What?
Mm-hmm. Yep. The second time, I actually broke someone's wrist. We went to the ground. It wasn't on purpose. I tried a wrist lock and pop.
Oof.
Actually, that was the second wrist that. All right, backtrack. I'm not sure if I broke his wrist, but I definitely injured his wrist. I heard a pop. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it was broken, but I did break a training partner's wrist doing the same thing. That's why I don't do wrist locks anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I remember I tried to do a wrist lock on you. You're like, no, that's no good. I'm like, okay. So ever since that, I stopped doing wrist locks.
I mean, me and you are really strong dudes. Like the amount of pressure to injure someone's wrist is very small.
Yeah.
So I'm like, do I want Frankie to? You're like, no. Frankie, no. But yeah, have you ever been DQ'd?
I mean, I've only competed in Muay Thai once, and not really. But I'm pretty sure the stuff that I've done in practice probably get me DQ'd.
Oh, you've only competed once in Muay Thai?
Yeah, I mean, I've had a bunch of street fights, but that
Well,
doesn't count though.
for some reason, I thought you had more Muay Thai fights.
I used to spar and train a lot. I did Muay Thai for almost about 7 years. Bro.
Oh, true. All right, I've got the video up. Ready?
Set. Go.
Here we go.
Oh, so these are recent. Okay.
Yeah, I think this is last year's though.
What tournament is this? Oh, wow. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, this is an IBJJF, I think. Oh, you know what makes this worse? These are high level guys.
Yeah.
So
Did he get DQ'd for not shaking his hand?
yeah, I think he got DQ'd for poor sportsmanship.
Oh, okay. I agree on that.
Ooh,
That slap.
yeah, he slapped him.
Yeah, because this is not that new style of BJJ. What we talked about yesterday.
Oh, combat
Yeah.
BJJ or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, dude
Ooh,
punched him.
Yeah. Yeah. Because he groined him.
Oh, is that what that was?
Yeah. Go back a little bit. If you go back a little bit, you can see where he kind of groined him. Right there.
Hold on.
Or something like that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. So he shoved him with it.
he tried to push off with his foot and it kicked him in the close, if not in the crotch, close to it.
Yeah.
Oh, that dude straight up headbutted him.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
We'll pause that one. What was that accidental? Okay, here we go.
Hold on.
That to me looked accidental, man. It wasn't purposely.
I'm 50-50 on that one.
Me personally, I thought that was accidental. Yeah.
Like
to me,
he tried to move forward and accidentally.
Yeah, like you know how you push up, like
Yeah, I got you. What's happening here? Triangle.
Triangle. Oh, when he yeah, he got kicked in the face.
Yeah,
that's dirty.
That's dirty. He deserves to get DQ'd for that.
Yeah. What? Come on, man. You know what you do.
Yeah, that was intentional.
Yeah. See, man, if you're losing a competition, just lose like a man. Don't be a punk like that. What happened to this one?
I didn't even see it. Hold on. We gotta go further. Oh, geez.
I think he crushed his knee after the ref called it.
Oh, he fell on his knee.
Yeah. And then he crushed it even more, I think.
Wait, what did he? Oh.
Okay. That's the DQ.
Yeah, that's the DQ. I've seen this video like a
Did
while
you?
ago. Yeah. Somebody said something off mat and homeboy got mad and like launched at him.
You can't hear what everybody says outside the mat, man. They're not in there. You know? But I get it, man. I get it.
Actually, I think this guy has a reputation of being a hothead.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Oh, geez.
That's too much. That's too much.
That's too much. Yeah. It's like just
It's like it's like that.
man.
Yeah, remember the Khabib and Conor McGregor? That was too much too, man. Like, come on, guys. You guys are high level professional. You doing this shit.
There were so many people who were engaged in this altercation. Like,
Yeah. See, at that point, man, in martial arts world, I would take that black belt away. Be like, look, man, this is how you're gonna act in your black belt. Nah,
yeah, nah.
sorry. As an adult, you should know your that black belt should not be around his waist.
Yeah, let's see what this next one is. Oh,
Oh God.
mm. I thought these would be funny. They're not funny at all.
Yeah. See, I think this is a DQ because the ref is calling it and these guys are still going at it.
Yeah. Yeah. Does that guy have sports tape on him? Or
Oh yeah, no, the KT tape.
yeah. Oh, dude kicked him.
Oh. Oof.
Yeah. This guy looks like he's about to. What is he doing? Ooh,
Mm.
that's a slam.
Are you not allowed to slam in competition?
No.
Or just
Mm-mm. If you're in someone's guard, you pick them up and drop them.
oh,
That's an automatic DQ.
that's a good thing to know because I probably would have done that.
So this guy got DQ'd for just consistently slapping people.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy was kicked and punched, was jumped by his opponent's team.
And look at that, man. Like, come on, man. Like, come on, guys. Like, you're trying to show professionalism in a sport that is, like shows a lot of respect and whatnot, and you're doing this crap.
I can't do it. No,
Yeah,
I can't do it.
I'll be like, look, man, that's your fight. Let me step to the back. Don't get me wrong. I would love to throw hands with you, but not.
I mean, if you feel that type of way against somebody in a competition, like meet him outside.
Yeah. Oh, so yeah.
That's
Oh God.
that's what we got. Oh, and again.
See, but right there, that's the ref's fault right there. He should be like, oh, whoa. Well, I guess it's still legal.
Boom.
And I guess the guy is calling for the ref, like, yo, come on, man. What are you doing?
Wait, who got DQ'd there? The guy who did the slam or who?
The opponent guy, I think because the guy was like right there, he's saying something to the ref, saying, yo, come on, man, you're not being fair. He's like, I'd rather not be a part of this.
He did DQ the guy who slammed though. So
see, at this point, I would tell the ref should be like, yo, chill out. Come back down. Yeah.
oh man.
Oh, look at these big dudes, man. Look at this dude. Oh, kick to the shin. Oh yeah, he's feeling it. Oh god. Those kicks to the shins are no fun, man.
Yeah, Urka got me with a good one a couple
Yeah,
weeks ago.
so yeah, those kicks to the shin, man. If you haven't conditioned those shins at all, man, those shin to shin hurt.
He did a neck crank.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that's one way to get out of a omoplata. Uh-oh.
Why?
Let's see.
What? Why?
Okay, so she's in an omoplata. She puts her down and just walks away. Oh, I guess the referee stopped it.
Well, where does the DQ come from? That's what I want to know.
I guess the only thing I can think of is putting her down counted as a slam. I don't know. That one's confusing to me.
Yeah. Because even the both opponents look confused.
Right. Ooh.
I think they had a Jordan ref there.
Yeah, probably. That was actually a pretty cool, like, standing triangle.
Yeah.
Out of bounds. Oh, if you go out of bounds to avoid a submission, I think that's a DQ.
Really?
Yeah.
That sucks.
But I don't know if that guy did it on purpose. I can't imagine he could actually see where he was going with, entangled like that. I didn't get that one.
Yeah. Some of these aren't really, can't really notice a DQ.
I can't even see this one.
Yeah.
It looks like they're reviewing it. I'm gonna move on to the next one.
Dude, look at this ref, man. Look at that. Look at that hair. Look at that.
Not gonna lie, I'm jealous. I have no hair on my head anymore.
That's a good thing.
White belt jumps guard. Oh. Oh, nope. Nope. Ah, no. No.
Look at that leg. Ooh.
Okay,
Ooh, look at that leg, man.
we are done there.
Ooh. This is where safety comes in hand, man. You gotta take your time with some of this stuff, man.
Dude.
I've seen so many accidents off stupidity, man. This is crazy.
I honestly randomly picked that video thinking it would be like kind of fun to critique.
Yeah.
That totally went down a dark path.
Yeah. And he's a white belt too, so he's just starting jiu-jitsu.
Dude, both of them people are gonna be out for a while.
Yeah.
John Danaher, sage of jiu-jitsu himself, did once say, "Thou shalt not jump guard." Like it's one of the techniques he doesn't allow people to do, if I remember correctly. Like nobody can jump guard. Huh?
Yeah, that's kind of like a unspoken rule. Like don't jump guard, man. Like why? What's the point? What's the point of all that?
Because when you jump guard, you're jumping to where your opponent is.
Yeah.
Not factoring in their reaction.
Exactly.
So that's how those people's knees got blown out. Oh man, my knees are singing. They're like, don't do that to me. Damn. Man, but that goes along with like what we were talking about, like those last couple of videos. Now those people are going to be out for how long?
Exactly.
Depending on how severe those knee injuries were, and those look pretty bad.
So there was this one incident. It was with Masugi's fight. I got really mad because I was in maybe like 3-4 years of Muay Thai.
Wait, is this an MMA fight?
No, this was for a Muay Thai fight.
Oh,
No,
for you.
no, for Masasugi. I think it was Muay Thai or MMA. I don't know what it was, but we were striking. And Masasugi, as amazing he is, he made me see lights. I'm like, okay, cool. The guy that was watching us spar told me to keep going. At that point, I should have stopped myself, but I guess the way he kept saying, he kept antagonizing, like, "Oh, stop being a, blah blah blah, stop being a blah blah blah." Stop being. So you're like, okay, fine. So I'll go around. I'm like, going around, and Sugi's lighting me up, man, lighting me up, And nothing against Sugi, I'm going more of the guy that I was watching us, like, yo. If I told you that, I need a break, I'm seeing lights, or I'm not feeling well, don't put me at risk to be messed up for the rest of my life, man. Like, take that into consideration.
Was that the session you guys did at Open Mat where everybody stopped and watched you?
I think so, yeah. And I got really mad. And I was like, I ripped off my gloves, my headgear, and I was like, yo. I was kind of done for the day. Apparently the trainer that day, he wasn't all there.
Right.
But I didn't. I messaged him like, look, man, like, I look up to you to be there and, like, yo, protect me. I mean, I know this is a sport where we're like, but I need you to protect, because I don't want to be brain dead in freaking 2 years from now.
Right. Yeah, I had a no, go keep going.
I feel like there's some of these coaches that, take consideration to some of your students, man. Like, these people are like, still come here to train, but keep an eye on some of these guys. Say, hey, I think you're done for this round. Take a round off.
Right. There was an incident a couple years ago with a blue belt who I kind of suspect may not have actually been a blue belt. He was at Pentagon for, I want to say, less than a year. And I was rolling with Hunter, little like wrestler Hunter. And if I got into side control, he could just overpower me. And that kind of got a little bit into dangerous territory. And also, mind you, I'm 15 years older than that particular Hunter. There was also Big Hunter, but we'll talk about him later. So this blue belt kept like trying to egg me on. He was like, well, you need to pick up your speed. You need to start going into Ashigarami and start attacking his legs. And you need to do this and that. And I'm like, no, because that guy, for all intents and purposes, is a high-level wrestler who is physically stronger than me and has no qualms in using that strength advantage. What you want me to do is not only going to risk me getting choked into unconsciousness, but is going to risk my legs, because he is still a beginner. He doesn't know exactly how to handle Ashigarami or leg entanglements. He's going to try to power his way out of them. I'm not risking my knees or my ankles or even my hips to try to do what you want me to.
Exactly. This is a sport. This is a hobby for us.
Right.
This is not the UFC. This is not, some, this is just a sport for us to have fun, and we get to compete. Now, if they take the pro level approach, that's a whole different story. But this is me going to my local, club down the street just to hang out with and smoke my cigars and stuff like that. This is how I view that.
Yeah. This is, and I think not him, but I had this conversation with someone else. They were like, well, if you don't want to go past a specific intensity, like, why do you keep training this? And I told them basically what you said. This is a hobby for me. I like doing it. I like grappling. And quite frankly, I don't really think that there's no place for somebody who just wants to do this as a hobby. I was like,
And this is why I like Shantae, because I'm like, if I tell him I see him, let me give me a round, or hey, some okay. Respect he understands it. Hey, okay.
yeah, for a while, for a couple of years now, Sugi's been pretty careful about people getting injured and stuff. So
Yeah, because he wants to keep seeing all these people come around, and this is why I like going to Sugi's, because he's so thoughtful, man. It's time and dedication to certain people, man. Like, hey, like when it's me and him, he's literally looking at your eyes and telling you, hey, do this, this, and this, and this, and it works.
yeah,
And it works. But
I got a
as
cramp.
well as
Sorry.
more water, sir. No,
Yeah.
but yeah, Matsugi is very safe, because it was I don't know where it was. It was in this gym, and somebody's doing this crazy leg lock, and he has the gi spun around the guy's leg and just ripping it, and the Sugi's like, whoa, don't let's not do that.
Right.
Let's not do that. And then this is where Sugi is a high level master to me, because he's very considerate like that. He still pushes you, but considerate as well.
So interesting thing. There was a grappling industries I did as a blue belt, and I recognized one of my opponents from being an aspiring MMA fighter out of Waldorf over in Maryland. And he doesn't know me from Sunday, or he may have, because we kept looking at each other. So it's possible that we met each other at some point when I used to hang out in Waldorf. It's entirely possible. But during our match, we did 3 minutes out of our 5-minute round on our feet, because both of us were trying to throw each other and neither of us could. So I kept listening to what his coach was telling him to do. And quite frankly, he was the loudest, most violent sounding coach that I have ever heard at Grappling Industries. And I'm sitting there thinking, why does this guy want him to do all that evil stuff to me? Like, he was trying to tell him to throat punch me from standing. Like, it's a dirty move. If you have a lapel grip, you extend your arm, your fist into their throat. Does it work? I've never seen it work. Is it super uncomfortable and super shitty? Yes. I'm thinking, is this guy going to do it? And homeboy looked at me and he's like, I'm not doing that. And we kept going. And I tried a takedown on him, like a drop takedown, drop throw, which failed. He took advantage of it and he got the 2 points. But just listening to his coach, it was awful. It was like listening to Shang Tsung telling, Sub-Zero to do the most evil fatality he could think of. And anyway, so we had a good match. I ended up losing. And, all the Pentagon guys were sitting in one spot. He walks over with a lawn chair, flips it out, sits down, pours himself some lemonade, puts it in a little cup holder. He goes, you mind if I hang out with y'all? I was like, yeah, man, come on in. Joked around for him for a second. And I was like, out of curiosity, why aren't you hanging out with your folks over there? He goes, and I kid you not, I don't like them. I'm like, oh. And I thought about it and I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Like, if you have a coach who's like that and we're over here just hanging out and having fun, I would do the same thing.
Yeah. You should have told him to come down to it.
I did. I invited him a couple times. It was it's too far.
Yeah.
Too far. So, but good guy, tough as nails.
Yeah.
Tough as nails. I think he is probably the toughest guy that I've ever competed against.
The nice guys are the tough.
Yeah. Most humble dude ever. Most humble dude ever.
Look at Superman, man. How humble is that? Toughest son of a gun I've ever remember.
Yeah, and we chit
chat. One of them.
Yeah. This particular guy, we chit chat, once every couple of weeks. And it's been like maybe 2 years now. He has not said one thing about beating me in that match. Not a joke, not anything. Say, how you doing? I'm good. How are you doing? Yada, yada, yada. Hey, you want to come down and train? Yeah, maybe next week. I don't know yet. It's that kind of camaraderie.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he could get that with with the way that culture that seemed to have accumulated around that his particular coach. Like
Yeah.
I can't see that working in the long run,
Mhm.
but that's just me. I just like having fun, talking trash, and making fun of people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Woo, buddy.
Yeah.
So, anyways, Frankie, what's your training schedule like coming up for this upcoming week?
So I'm going back Monday to just my normal same, but I'm trying to improve more on, like I said, that top, the Kimura, trying to get that Kimura off that pressure, and work more on me being bottom, because I get so frustrated and annoyed when I'm on bottom, dude. It's just, you know.
You know what helped me when I was
Oh, let me rephrase that. When a bigger guy and I'm on bottom, I hate that. But I'm trying to, like, okay, I gotta do this. I gotta do this. I gotta do this.
half guard with a butterfly hook.
Mm, okay.
That was my friend.
Yeah.
So I'll show you what I mean. I've played it against you a couple times, and
Yeah.
If you're rolling against someone who's bigger than you, like Dafka or what's the other guy's name? Usko,
Mm,
the two really big guys.
mm,
Guys that size, there is a guard I like to play where you grab both sleeves and you put one foot on the hip and the other foot on the collarbone.
mm. Yeah, I'm just trying to get my flexibility back. And I'm trying to stay away from turtle, man. I feel like I do turtle all the time, but that's all I got.
Yeah, no flexibility needed for the second guard.
Yeah.
None. But the cool thing is you have control of their arms, and so they can't use their arms for a pass or anything, but you're keeping them stretched out because you're pushing on their hip, so they can't like hip forward, and you're keeping them from crushing you because you've got the other foot keeping their upper body at bay.
Yeah.
So from there, there's a couple different things you can do from there, but the primary thing is you wait for them to make a mistake and then you sweep them. So from that position, it's easy to sweep people because you're basically set up for a scissor sweep right there. I'll show you what I'm talking about.
All right. So you're gonna be there Tuesday and
I don't think
Thursday?
so. I think next week my training days are going to be Monday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah. So work has been killing me. So
Yeah. Hopefully, yeah, it's towards the holidays, man. Everything gets busy, and then end of the year stuff, quotas need to be met and whatnot.
yeah, I'm hoping that I'm hoping that December is a lot lighter, but we'll see. I got projects here, projects there, projects. One gets canceled, and then they throw two others at you.
Yeah.
So, anyways, Frankie, last thoughts? Final thoughts?
Final thoughts. Just be respectful. Watch be safe out there, and have fun.
Yeah. For me, it's don't jump guard.
Don't jump guard.
Holy God, no! I don't want to watch those videos ever again.
Yeah. Can you imagine that in mid training though? Oh, that would suck. Oh, I would feel so bad.
I think I remember watching like a compilation video of people just training where people have jumped guard and broken legs.
Yeah.
I'm good. No, my knees are aching just thinking about it.
Yeah. All right, my good sir.
All right, I'll see you later, sir.
Oosh.
Bye.